It helps us to look at the young people that we serve in a different lens, with a trauma lens rather than, what's wrong with you. It's more about what happened to you.
Our population is about 140,000 people, approximately, somewhere in that area. And per capita, the violence is extremely high for a city of this size when you compare the number and the statistics to larger cities such as New York, Detroit, Chicago. We're right in the fray, just based on the number of people we have in our population here in Syracuse. For some children, walking to or getting to and from school is a real life-threatening situation. So I mean, who's thinking about getting an A or a B when I have to think about getting home safely every day?
Often what happens in a community is that professionals who are trauma-informed will come into a community and give a 2 or 3 day workshop, or will train certain practitioners. They'll train teachers, or they'll train counselors, or they'll train people who work in welfare, or probation officers, or police officers, and then they leave. Our goal is to help teach people how to be in relationships with others in ways that can help others heal from trauma as opposed to re-victimizing them.
Our demographic is ages 16 to 24. A lot of them have what some people would call post-traumatic stress disorder, but for them it's ongoing stress, ongoing trauma, because it doesn't end, right? So we know that post signifies that something has ended. For them, they're still living in these communities, they're still exposed to the violence every day. And so they're faced with trauma every day and triggers every day. And it definitely directly affects how they respond to things, their behavior, how they interact with people, their trust levels. And so we see it all day, every day with the young people who come in here. Noble told me one day to come to this conference at Drumlin's and told me all about it. And it was probably one of the best workshops or conferences I've been to, because I had a lot of different people talking about trauma and the different ways it affects us. And we went from how it affects us scientifically to emotionally to mentally. And in just one day, you can tell that everybody that was in the room was really enlightened. And it helps us to look at the young people that we serve in a different lens.
The idea is that we're committed to helping this community work on healing from gang violence, poverty.
In this together gave us the opportunity to create new relationships, because from the community perspective, especially when you talk about Syracuse University, this is fresh and is new, based off of the theories that myself and my team put together, and we have the opportunity to share with the In This Together project.
A lot of times our community is kind of oblivious to mental health issues or issues of trauma, and so the more that we talk about it, the more that people that they trust are bringing them this information. I know that it opens the doors.